Good morning. It's Wednesday morning, and today we're going to read Acts 8, 1b through 3. Now you say, what's 1b? If you look at Acts 8, you'll see that 1 starts at the end of the previous paragraph. It really is numbered incorrectly, but so we're going to start with that day, a severe persecution began against the church in Jerusalem, and all except the apostles were scattered throughout the countryside of Judea and Samaria. Devout men buried Stephen and made loud lamentation over him. But Saul was ravaging the church by entering house after house. Dragging off both men and women, he committed them to prison. So this is immediately after Stephen's death. The church scatters into the countryside, except for the apostles. And Saul is going around arresting Christians, persecuting the Christians. This is really the first persecution of the church. Oh, let's see. When I was in college one time, I was with this guy, and we were going to go to get supper, and he said, well, let's stop and see if so-and-so's ready to eat. So we knock on this door. The door opens, and there's about 15 or 20 people in this dark room. I can't even see everybody. I think they were doing some smoking of something not quite legal. I don't know. But at any rate, my friend says to the guy in the room, are you going to supper? And he wasn't, so we went without him. But meanwhile, one of the guys in the room yells out, "Hey, Rockmore, what are you doing with him? He's a Christian." And before I could process this or respond, my friend says, "Rockmore's a Christian too." And the voice comes out of the back of the room, "No, he's not." And then we left and went on to dinner. And I'm thinking, now wait a minute. If that's the guy that I think it was, then how does he even know? Because we don't even know each other. As I look back, I think that's the guy that used to drop by my neighbor's room once in a while, next door to me, in the evenings. And he would find us playing a lot of bridge. There was serious bridge games going on in that room all the time. And so I was often in there playing bridge. Not any good at it, but it was fun. And so that's where he encountered me, and I guess he decided if I hung out with them, I must not be one of those pious Christians. I've really always tried not to be one of those pious Christians with the face-splitting smiles. But anyway, that really set me back because I thought, wow, this guy, he barely knows me, but my faith is not even evident. Wow, I have to do something about that. And that's stuck with me all these years because, our faith should manifest itself in our lives, in our behavior. Too often, we go corking off about something and get angry and, string them up and, throw them in jail and all that. And that's not really the way we should be behaving or thinking. We should learn how to take a breath and calm down and respond to things appropriately, right? But the other side of this is that the church in our time, despite the fact that some people say, oh, we're so persecuted, we in this country, the church, are not persecuted, okay? We're not. Let's just say that out loud altogether. We are not persecuted. And people that say we are and think we are aren't really paying attention because there are places in the world where it's very difficult to maintain a Christian witness, and you will be persecuted, just as it says here, dragged off and put in prison, executed and killed. That is not the case in this country. Some people try to make the case for it, but they can't. They're really wrong. We're not persecuted. People get the idea that when somebody disagrees with us, oh, that's persecution. I'm being persecuted. You're not being persecuted. People don't always agree with you. That's fine. But let's not confuse that for the kind of persecution that the early church faced, where Saul was literally dragging people off to prison, which was not a good thing, because once you were in that Roman prison system, how are you going to get out? It was going to be difficult, and he knew it. So, where are we? Let's think about our witness and think about what face we're showing to the world, and make sure that the face that we present to the world is actually the face that we think we're presenting, and that we're presenting the gospel in our actions and in our reactions, in our temperament and all of that. And let's be sure that we're not doing and saying things that are counterproductive, Think about that today. That's a hard one. And let's think about that. And let's think about all the ways that we're not persecuted, because we aren't. American Protestant Christianity still has a fairly privileged place in this society, and we should know that, and we should take advantage of that. Yeah, I think so. So have a good day, and tomorrow we will start with some stories about Philip, the Apostle Philip. We don't know much about him, but we'll find out more tomorrow. See you then.